So I just finished watching Techno Dad's video where he talks about remixing the Rebel Moon soundtrack just because it didn't have very much Atmos in it. And so he was disappointed. And instead of just complaining, he decided to do something about it. And so I decided, hey, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. I've complained about 007 No Time to Die. Sometimes we call it No Time for Atmos because they didn't have very much time to do it. But that's a big budget film. And I found that the Atmos was kind of lacking when I listened to it. So instead of complaining, I actually did something about it. Now, if you don't know, Technodad and I came up with the Spatial Audio Calibration Toolkit. This is useful for tuning your Dolby Atmos home theater system. And we do run specials from time to time. And if we're running one, I'll leave a link in the description for that discount. So previously, I've made fun of No Time to Die in that nothing was happening in my high channels. I turned off all my ear level speakers, my subs, and I just listened to see what was happening in this particular scene where they were having like a gunfight in a kind of a corridor type of setting, in which case you'd expect a ton of reflections and a ton of things happening in the height channels. Well, that wasn't the case. Nothing was happening up there. All right, so here I have No Time to Die. As you can see, it is in Dolby Atmos format. Coming in is Dolby Atmos. So a lot of people like to talk about creators' intent. And here, this is gonna be an indoor shootout, and you expect to hear, a lot of reflections from gunshots and things like that. Right now, I have the amplifier for all my ear level speakers turned off. So all you're hearing are my subs and my 4 height channels. I'm not even joking. That's really how it's going. So what I took was a 7.1 mix, just because you can't really extract the Dolby Atmos mix and use that, but I was able to extract the 7.1 mix. So that's the first version that I will provide for you. The links will be down in the description to download the files to hear it for yourself. Now, the second version, what I did was I just took the 7.1 mix that they provided, and then I upmixed it using a special spatial group upmixer that we've come up with. What that does is it puts reflections into the height channels and makes it sound like the actual space that it's in. So in this case, this was a corridor, so I made sure that there were reflections that were happening based on things that were happening on the ear levels, also happening in the height channels, as you would expect. So that's the second video that I'll provide a link to. And the third video is a remix using just basically my own sound effects. So I kept the same score that they provided, but I've replaced the gunshots and the explosions and all the different sounds of the grenades dropping, things like that. That is all using sound effects that are not from the original movie. And so let me know. I'll leave a link down below to all of those. They'll be in MP4 format. You can put them into any player that supports that. So pretty much everything that can play in MP4 with Dolby Digital Plus will work. Take a listen to those and then come back here and let me know what you thought of the original versus the Upmix version versus the one that I completely remixed with my own sound effects. Listen to that on your own home theater and just let me know what you think. So the Upmix version doesn't take very long. It just took us a while to develop that Upmixer. So not including that amount of time, it is a pretty quick process. Now remixing it with my own sound effects did take longer just because I had to use AI to split up the soundtrack from the original, and it was kind of tricky. It would have been much easier if I had access to the actual stems from this. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting thing to try out. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified when I upload new videos, and check out some of my other related videos here.